What's up, guys? Another Friday short hitter. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're having a great week whenever you're listening. Man, stoked. If you haven't listened to the last to the Tony Blauer episode, No Fear. There used to be the t-shirt company No Fear, N-O Fear, like saying that you didn't have fear. And Tony sent me this shirt that says, "Know your fear," is basically what we're saying. And man, I love this because this goes into my rules, and I'm gonna skip around on my rules a little bit. But this is my rule number 4 for me and my kids, and mostly me and me and my kids. It's not just the rules for my kids, my 6 rules for life. They're more for me, and then I just kind of get my kids to follow along. But rule number 4 for us is if you're scared, then you have to go do it. And man, it's such an important one because fear is just part of this gig. And when I say this gig, it's life is the gig. Like you're gonna be scared in your life. There's gonna be things that make you really, really afraid. And yeah, go do them. And I know I get a lot of when I say that is, you're scared when you jump off, when you're standing at the top of the Empire State Building, like you're going to jump off. You're not afraid. That's death. Like we have been created, or evolved, however you want to look at it, to survive, and jumping off a building is not surviving. So please don't be stupid. But yeah, fear. What is it? Why does it happen? What are we doing with it? And what the most important thing is, I don't even really care about those other things. What do you do with it? I don't care about why I'm afraid. Fuck it. I'm afraid. Now, when I look at it, like I just talked about, am I afraid because I'm going to die, or am I afraid because of something else? Right? Am I afraid because how it's going to affect my ego, how I'm going to be perceived by other people? Am I afraid because of the results, or this, or all these things? That means I have to go do it, because I know every time that I ever looked my fear in the eye and I said, you know what, man, fuck you to my fear. Whenever I said fuck you to it, things maybe not in the moment. Look, I said fuck you to my fear in fights, went out and got the shit kicked out of me. But in the long run, where I got as a human being was improved. I was better. I did better. My life in the long run, not in the short run, turned out better because I was just learning how to keep on facing my fear. I was learning how to be scared and do it anyway. We've all heard the saying, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is realizing the fear and choosing to go do it anyway. That's what we've got to do. We've got to embrace a little more of this. Don't be so scared about your kids, guys. Don't be so scared about your kids having a hard time, losing a soccer game, getting beat up, all of these things. This will be good for them. This will be good for them. We're trying to make our lives easier for our kids. It's the wrong way. Yeah, of course, easier in the sense that you never want them to worry where food's coming from, but nope. You got to let them see their fears, and you have to let them handle their fears. You have to let them figure out how to deal with their fear. Like that's the most important lesson, to deal with their own bullshit. We can't be solving their problems because we are afraid of what's going to happen to them. We are afraid. That's why we're doing it. We're not doing it for them. We just make it up in this excuse for them. It's not. I love my kids. I love them. But we deal with some fear, an appropriate amount. I'm not locking them in the basement for days. But yeah, it's so important to learn how to deal with this beast that comes to say hello to us, because there's no avoiding it. It's coming for you. It's coming. It's coming for us. It's coming for your kids. It's coming for all of us. And if we don't learn how to deal with that, and we're not teaching our kids how to deal with that, then we're going to keep going in the direction we're going. We're going to keep seeing more suicide and more depression and more school shootings and more everything. It's not video games, guys. It's not video games. It used to be music, right? Remember when Marilyn Manson was taking all this shit? It's none of this. It's how we're dealing with our children. It's that's our problems, and how maybe we were dealt with possibly. So let's change it. Let's change it. Rule number 4, guys: be scared and do it anyway. Find your power.